Surprise attack.
Yeah, it snuck up on me. How's it going?
Hey man, how you doing?
Making some wicked progress today. Working on the Fisker that we're doing the LS swap with a supercharger on it. And in the rear end, initially this was a electric vehicle. So we're converting it to a V8 gas powered. So we got a Corvette rear diff in here. Got all my front mount and my rear mount all fabricated, painted up. So I'm just gonna fit the whole rear subframe now. The motor, transmission mount are all done. So the whole drivetrain is in the car. So I'm gonna bolt everything together, raise it up in the air, measure for a drive shaft, and then essentially we have our entire driveline in place. So from there, we can order our supercharger kit, serpentine system, our wiring, and our cooling system, and just start plumbing and wiring everything up, which seems like it should go fast, but it takes a while. So we're making good progress. Gonna measure that drive shaft and see what's next on it. But yeah, stoked. Friday. Get the shock bolts on. Got my 4 subframe bolts bolted up. Raise it up in the air, get rid of the table, and then you guys can check out the underside and see what we did for the transmission mount and all that stuff. Give a little wiggle. Oh yeah. All right, first time she's all together with the drivetrain, complete drivetrain in it. I don't know if you saw the transmission mount that we made up for it yet or not. So we got both the motor mounts on, and for the 6L80E, we made this trans mount that's fully adjustable. We can shim it up and down to get our driveline angle changed a little bit if we have to. You can get access to everything, which is nice. Ground clearance wise, the trans pan is the lowest hanging point on here right now, but with the 22-inch wheels that go on this car, we got quite a bit of ground clearance, so I'm not worried about that. And our oil pan is level with our front subframe. So I think we're looking good right now. I'll measure that drive shaft and we're off to the races. These were pretty funky to make here. We're utilizing the factory subframe from the Fisker, which was an electric car. This originally had, I think, like a 2-liter turbo gas engine in the front for the hybrid, or to power the generator for the charging the batteries. I don't know how that exactly works, but our mounts for our LS worked out pretty good. We had to get a little creative to adapt them to the aluminum subframe, but I made that happen. And I grabbed some headers that we had lying around off of another LS, and we actually have quite a bit of room to fit headers in here too. It's almost like it was made for a V8. Just working on the Fisker, making great progress as usual, kind of channeling my inner child, working with some cardboard here. So we got a mock drive shaft in place. Got a transmission mount, the motor's all mounted. You guys have probably seen that already. So I put this up here just to check for clearance and the rear subframe and all the kind of aluminum that I've cut away from the original Fisker body. We got lots of clearance. Our driveline angle is good. So now we're moving back this way here. Above this subframe, we just have a Corvette diff back here instead of 2 big electric motors. And above that subframe was the factory Fisker gas tank. Now this gas tank was for the 2-liter turbo motor that was in the front of the car. Even though this was an electric car, it had a gas motor in the front with a big generator on the back of the motor. And when you ran out of electricity, this was to get you to the closest gas station. But as you can see, this is only 9.8 gallons. That's not gonna be enough for our supercharged LS swap. So I'm playing around with some cardboard here and just kind of making, this is one of our old mock cardboard boxes for our fuel cells. So I'm cutting all of my pieces that I need and basically going to be making a rectangular aluminum fuel cell that's about 18.5 gallons, and that'll be enough to fit directly above our subframe in the trunk. We'll attach our high flow fuel pump and make it the way we want it so it can bolt in and bolt out. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. We got our cardboard drive shaft, gonna make a cardboard fuel cell, and then we'll make them out of solid metal and aluminum. And then you'll be able to actually use it. So up above our transmission, which is a 6L80E, we had a yoke on the back of it that was meant for a truck. So we've swapped it out with a 1350 for higher horsepower. We're kind of hoping for 800 horsepower. So this is a billet yoke. It'll just be stronger and it's gonna hold up to our power that we need. Same within the rear, on our rear diff here. We're gonna build everything heavy duty, so our U-joints and our axles are all strong enough to handle 800 plus horsepower. And yeah, then we'll be off to the races. So I got the wheels back on too, and I noticed something when I put it down for the first time. And I could fit about probably 2 fists inside our wheel well gaps. And that's because we've removed over 15 to 1,600 pounds out of the car. The electric car used to have batteries, generators, the electric motors full of copper, the heavy gauge wiring. So that's a lot of weight that we've taken out of this car. It's a good thing because with the LS and the supercharger, it's going to be lighter and faster now. But the bad thing is, as you can see here, you know, that gap is way too big. So we're gonna have to do something. Either there is companies that make adjustable air ride suspension for the Karmas, surprisingly enough. So we might end up going that route, or we might just modify these springs to lower it down a little bit. It should be about 1.25 inch wheel gap, not 4.5 inches. So every time I type in how to LS swap a Fisker Karma, my videos come up. So there's another guy, I think he's in Nevada or something. He's got a couple of videos. It's been done before, but there's not a lot of documentation or forums telling you what you need to do, where to cut, and what to use. So it's a lot of just trial and error, but measuring 3 times and cutting once, because again, it's a full aluminum body, and if you cut something out, it's not as easy to put it back in like our classic cars are. So I'm being very cautious as to what I'm doing a lot of research, and that's it. So if anybody else in the future is looking at doing an LS swap in a Fisker Karma, I hope this video and these video series that we're doing are gonna help you guys and girls out. So if you want a Fisker converted to a V8 LS, you know who to message. Radical. Blow up now.